Let's go through some of the principles we've worked at in this course. The most important one is, of course, that in jump blues, you can now use 3 extra scales on top of the blues scale you already know. These mixolydian scales can give your solos and accompaniment a more refined, uptown feel. And that's because they're major scales. A crucial difference is that when you do this, you have to move with the chords. If the chord changes, you have to play the mixolydian scale that goes with that chord. In a blues in A, the chords would be an A7th, a D7th, and an E7th. Which means that you have to play an A mixolydian scale on the A7th, a D mixolydian scale on the D7th, and an E mixolydian scale on the E7th. Focusing on the difference between those scales will save you a lot of time learning them. The inner logic between these 1, 4, and 5 chords can help you with that. The major third of the 1 chord, A7th, wants to resolve to the flatted 7th of the 4 chord. So in this case, that would be the C sharp on the A7th chord, wants to go down to a C on the D7th chord. And the flatted 7th of the 1 chord wants to resolve to the major third of the 4 chord. In this case, that would be the G on the A7th chord, 2nd string, wants to go down to the F sharp of the D7th chord. The same type of inner logic works on a 5-1 progression from E7th back to A7th. Now, we've gone over a number of ways to accompany a soloist or a singer in a jump blues tune. All these different ways make accompanying as interesting and as challenging as playing a solo. We're not chopping away bar chords for 3 minutes waiting for our solo slot. Now, we can use tritone intervals. We can use thirds. We can use sixths. And all the other intervals we can find, for instance, in the first blues position. If we want to make the accompaniment even thicker, we can play Robert Jr. Lockwood riffs. Or we can use broken chords. Imitating a horn section is another way to spice the accompaniment up. Especially when there's another guitar player or keyboard player around, you can divide all these different parts between you. And you can play full chords too. Well, in that case, stay away from the regular bar chords or campfire chords. Use 7th, 9th, 13th chords. And you can even throw in a sophisticated 11th now and then. And remember, when you do this, to use inner logic when you can. On the A7th, on the D9th. This makes your accompaniment a lot easier, especially when you want to sing over it. The accompaniment that you can use in jump blues can be so intense that they can be used as a solo or for a special chorus. Which, if you ask me, beats playing Delta-style shuffles all night long.